How should a board of freeholders be staffed, managed, and processed so that its product is credible? And just to put it out there for folks, the board of freeholders is a process where the county executive and legislature appoint 10 people, the mayor and legislature appoint 10 people, the governor appoints one. Those 21 people spend at least a year considering the possibility of city-county reform, and whatever process they decide they want to do, that's the process that happens. It's a wide open process. There's a lot of space for us to give input on how that happens. Anybody want to weigh in on what we might want to see there?
I would rather focus on what should be on there and what should be a part of it, and that has to be a community engagement piece. We have to. It can't just be run by politicians. It can't just be run solely by elected officials. There has to be a grassroots component to any kind of system that any kind of creation of a system that we're going to put in place. And so I want to know that there's representation from regular citizens. How that looks like, I can't say for certain, but I know it starts with conversations like this.
I agree with Wesley. I think that my concern is always the people who are underserved, who don't have a voice and whatever. So I wouldn't like, first of all, I'm not a real fan of the Board of Freeholders. Just put that out there. So, but if we have to have one, I would prefer seeing the everyday, ordinary citizens as opposed to the regular politicians, the same names we draw from all the time. People who live in the community and people who have a stake in the community, and not just, not the big names that you always see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some agreement on that. What can we do right now? What action steps should we take when we leave here? And I love this question because this is somebody in the audience taking responsibility. Right? Saying, no, it's not just you folks up on the stage that need to be doing stuff. This is us. We want to walk out the door and do something. What can they do? Perri?
Mobilize. Take action. Be heard. There are systems that have been in place for years, but there's systems that can be dismantled and be rebuilt. But it's not going to happen just with the people that are within the system. We fight from the inside out. We need people to fight from the outside in so you can meet us.
The biggest thing I think with our citizens is that they don't get involved, and we're single issues type of people. If there's one thing that comes up and we, be involved, pay attention. If it doesn't concern you, if it's your neighbor or whatever, be involved. Don't just wait until it's just your issue.
I look at this in two ways. First, I agree with everyone. We have to show up and vote. I know a little something about running a campaign with little money, but what we did have was a people power campaign that got out and knocked on doors, many of which are in this audience right now. So yeah, we got outraised probably 6 or 7 to 1, but when it came to that equity of people and knocking on doors, it wasn't even close, as you saw. And so you have to get out. You have to make sure your voice is heard, and not just in the presidential elections, the sexy elections. I'm talking about the local elections. I'm talking about the primary elections, because politicians know who votes and who doesn't. They may not know how you voted, but we can see who voted